The fighting game genre is an interesting one, with a wide variety of games contained within, from older titles to newer ones, slow-paced, fast-paced, realistic, fantasy, anime, and every other shade of characters beating each other up. There are hundreds of fighting games out there, with way more coming out in the future. With all of these fighting games to choose from, why then is my most played fighting game Tekken 7? Especially since I consider it to be a deeply flawed game that can be in times incredibly infuriating. Well, let's answer that. Let's talk about Tekken 7.
Enter the Tekken.
Before I get into what I don't like about Tekken 7, let's talk about the positives, and there's a lot to like about Tekken 7. The main thing I like is the gameplay and just how deep it is. Tekken has a low skill floor, but a massive skill ceiling, which means that even after putting in nearly 300 hours, I'm still learning new tricks, combos and moves, which makes the game constantly exciting. There are also high level techniques such as the electric wind god fist, instant while running moves, and the taunt jet upper, which provides a tough but rewarding challenge for those who truly want to master their chosen characters. Speaking of which, there is also just the sheer variety of characters included. Characters such as the pro wrestling orphanage owner and my main king, the all-American powerhouse Paul Phoenix, the walking Jackie Chan simulator Lei Wulong, and even weirder characters such as Panda, Bear, and even Negan from The Walking Dead. All of them with unique gameplay which sets them apart from one another. Even characters which are similar such as King and Armor King have a lot of little differences which not only set them apart character-wise, but gameplay-wise. The gameplay isn't the only thing to love about this game. First, these are the best some of these characters have ever looked, with some amazing designs. Special shoutouts to Kazuya and Armor King. The stages are amazing with both great original stages and great remakes of older stages. The new characters are great, with Leroy and Falconron being personal favourites of mine. And finally, Tekken 7 continues the long tradition of having an amazing soundtrack. Have a listen. This game is also easy to mod, with a rich modding scene which is hard to show off since a lot of it is not safe for work, but there are stage mods, character mods, outfit mods, and sound mods, including adding the sweet and gentle voice of Low Tier God.
You just ain't talented! I'm talented!
And finally, there's the competitive scene outside of the game. The high skill ceiling makes the game not only fun to play, but exciting to watch.
Clean wall splat. He tech rolled. Oh! Oh my god!
Some moments that I would personally recommend would be Arslan Ash's run through EVO Japan, Rickster vs Nia Combo Breaker, and the set at EVO between Lil Majin and JDCR.
Do it! Oh my god!
So there's a lot to love about Tekken 7, but with all the pros, there comes a lot of cons, and the main one being the online. First, it uses delay-based netcode instead of the industry standard rollback netcode. This means that when a connection is bad, it is really bad, especially for a game which requires precise inputs. Even worse, however, is the problem of cheaters and smurfs. Your rank is saved locally, which means it can be straight up deleted so you can play people in lower ranks, something that I have had personal experience with and can tell you is not fun. There are also cheats that people can install to auto-break throws, auto-block lows, and assign difficult commands like the electric one Godfist to a single button, giving people an unfair advantage, all of this with no real way to deal with it. This game is also very beginner unfriendly. There is no tutorial in the game, and outside of sample combos, there is nothing to help you learn a character, which is terrible since learning a Tekken character takes a lot of time, and having no in-game help really makes that already difficult process unnecessarily harder. There are many online resources, but there should be something in-game to teach a player anything. I'm not expecting something on the scale of Under Night In-Birth where they explain literally everything, but anything would have been nice. The story is boring, fight money is useless, the character endings suck, unlocking cosmetics is a pain in the ass, the PC version is missing features from the console version, they charge for frame data, which is something other games have in them for free, they don't tell you how to break throws, and oh yeah, the game crashes if you look at it funny. And this isn't because I've modded mines to hell and back, it happened on console during EVO.
Tom Savage now, small life lead, Jello's body.
Pick him up!
Oh my goodness! What is going on here?
So with all these problems, why have I put so many hours into this game? Well, it's simple. It's really fun. The fighting game genre is at times very outdated compared to other esports titles, but at the core of both Tekken 7 and all other fighting games is an experience that's worth dealing with the frustrating aspects to get to a gameplay experience which is unlike anything else. Recently I ran into a Feng Wei player who both metaphorically and literally stomped me into the ground, taunting me every time I lost. By the fourth loss, I was, to put it nicely, a bit salty, and I was about to turn my very nice and very expensive fight stick into a shot put ball. But instead of yeeting my controller, I took a deep breath and rematched. My gameplay wouldn't have won EVO, I dropped many combos, and my execution was horrible, but I got the download and it felt great. Those type of victories make dealing with all the negative aspects of fighting games so worth it. I'm cautiously optimistic about the future of Tekken with Tekken 8. Visually it looks amazing, but it needs to knock it out of the park when it comes to the single player content and quality of life features. Till its release, however, I'm going to remain hopeful because it has the potential to be amazing.